How much is Cluey making right now?
Yeah, we're about to do 6 mil ARR. We're growing pretty fucking quick.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
21 now?
Yeah.
When did Cluey launch?
Cluey launched April 20th, so like less than 2 months ago.
You've had 500K MRR?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We're going super fast.
That's actually crazy. What is Cluey at the high level?
Cluey is an AI assistant that sees what you see, hears what you hear, and gives you live assistance without you having to prompt it. It's helpful for meetings, sales calls, interviews, and it's also invisible to screen share. So anytime you want to use AI without anybody knowing that you're using AI, use Cluey.
And so it's like constantly monitoring what's on your screen, listening to the audio, and you can basically ask it any question based off what's happening on your screen.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of having to screenshot stuff or screen record or prompt ChatGPT, it's just observing what's going on and helping you live.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with ChatGPT right now is that you have this super intelligent model, but it can only answer the questions that you like type in. And this feels like why would you do that when the model can literally today, it can take in the information on your screen, it can reason over that, it can take in an audio transcript and it can reason over that. And like why limit it to only the text question that you ask it? It just feels like a extremely limited user experience when in reality you can just have more. And at Cluey, it's like the 10x version of ChatGPT.
Yeah, I saw Sam Parr literally like asking for something like this on Twitter the other day.
Yeah, I saw that too, yeah.
It's so interesting. This seems like the most intuitive way to use AI.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why it's like the first, good for you for spotting, because I feel like it's about to be absolutely massive. How did you even get to this point in the first place? Because your path, this seems like a very quick come up.
Yeah.
From what I've been summarizing on the internet. And so I'm very curious how the idea for the actual, how did you even get this idea?
Yeah, I mean, before Cluey, there was Interview Coder, and man, like, I'll just give you like the full story of how everything happened. So most things start senior year of high school. I get admitted to Harvard early. I'm like captain of the math team, captain of the debate team. I think I'm going to be an investment banker, go work in econ. It's like the most lame shit ever. But later that year, like I get a suspension for sneaking out of a school field trip to meet my then girlfriend at the time. This gets reported to Harvard and Harvard finds out. They suspend me or they rescind their offer. So now it's like July, I can't go to college and like my acceptance to Harvard just got revoked. So after that, me and my family, and like ironically, my family runs like a college prep consulting business. So we literally teach kids how to get into Harvard. And the youngest son just gets kicked out of Harvard. So now we're like, oh, fuck, this is panic mode.
God.
Yeah, so we just decide, let's just keep quiet for a year and not tell anybody, and we'll go to college next year. Like we'll go to a different college next year. But this ends up being like a fucking mentally torturous situation. I spent an entire year essentially just locked up in my room. I don't talk to anybody who's not my mom and my dad, and I almost never leave the house. I gained like 40 pounds. I program a fuck ton, and I jack off a bunch. And this is like the moment where I realized like, dude, my life is so different right now. I get this gigantic chip in my shoulder. I need to prove everyone wrong. I cannot believe my life has come to this. And at that point, I'm like convinced I need to build a gigantic company so that nobody else will ever like look down on Royally again. After this, I think for a while, I'm not going to do college. And then my parents are like, you have to do college. So I say, okay, I'm going to try to go to San Francisco. This is where companies are built. And I fly out to San Francisco and my mom says, okay, go to community college in the Bay. So I go to community college in the Bay for a year. After that, my mom again says, okay, go transfer to like try to go to a good school because like that's how Asian parents are. So I put in my applications again. I get accepted to Columbia as a transfer student. I transfer to Columbia, but the whole time I'm thinking like, dude, I'm already locked. I have to build a company. So the first day I get to Columbia, I'm walking around asking every smart looking kid I know, like, hey, do you want to start a company with me? Do you want to start a company with me? Because the intention here is just to look for a co-founder. And out of probably like 50 people I asked, there's one person that says yes, and that ends up being Neil, who's my current co-founder. And Neil says yes. We start hacking on a bunch of side projects, but nothing takes off. Like we spend the whole semester working on a bunch of different shit. Just nothing is working except this one demo we did back in October. We made this really stupid tool to help you cheat on technical interviews. And we called it Interview Coder, which is probably like the dumbest fucking name in history. Like we couldn't even get interviewcoder.com because we had no money, so we got interviewcoder.co. And we made this demo, but the demo did pretty well on LinkedIn. It did like 500,000 impressions. And we're doing all this other shit, and my mind just cannot get out of Interview Coder. Like, damn, that demo we did, we got 500K impressions. Like, I really feel like we're onto something there. And like Neil doesn't seem to think so. Nobody else in my life seems to think so. It's like pretty dangerous because we know this is a tool that lets you cheat on technical interviews for like software engineering jobs. So essentially, like, if you want to demo this product, then I can just use it to cheat and get my own software engineering job. This is like a super fucking risky play. So I keep pitching this to Neil and I keep pitching this to my friends, and they're like, dude, you really shouldn't do that. It's gonna get you in a whole lot of trouble. Until at one point, I'm like fuck it. I think I have to do this. My heart is already captured by Interview Coder. So I go through an entire recruiting season. I record myself using this to get a bunch of different offers, and I post them later. Like after just nothing's working, I have the content. I'm just gonna post it. So I post it, and the first video of me using it to get an Amazon offer sort of goes viral. Sort of viral. It gets like 20,000 views. Amazon, an executive at Amazon sees the video. They tell Columbia like, hey, we saw this kid cheating. This is really bad news. Like, you need to expel this kid or we're never going to hire from your school anymore. Columbia loops me into this giant disciplinary hearing process. And it's like I end up getting kicked out of school, like suspended, because I built a tool, and Columbia takes the side of Amazon. But throughout the whole process, I'm tweeting every single update, because at this point, I'm fucked, bro. Like, the school's getting mad at me. Amazon is mad at me. If I cannot see this through, with if I can't get to the other side of this bridge, I have zero job prospects. I'm kicked out of school, and my life is over. So I'm tweeting, hoping that the virality will convert into something. And I end up just going super viral, and it gives me the hype I need to raise a round. So I put some money together, and now I'm safe. And I think, like, man, what is the next big thing? Now I have $5 million. It's because all the crazy shit I did attracted the interest of investors in Silicon Valley.
So how do you cheat on? So you made a video documenting yourself cheating to get a job at Amazon.
Yeah,
and you built a tool to help you cheat to get a job at Amazon.
Yeah.
How do you cheat on an interview?
Okay,
so then I was asking you questions like.
Yeah, so essentially right now, if you want to get a job as a software engineer, you need to answer this riddle that they'll give you. It's like a programming riddle. Like 10 years ago, they'd have asked you, like, I don't know, like how many Earths fit from the Earth to the sun, or like some other bullshit critical thinking riddle. And today, the modern equivalent they'll ask you is like some programming questions, like, I don't know, like how many in this graph, like how many different ways can I get from point A to point B? And it doesn't really test anything except your ability to memorize riddles. So every single engineer at a big tech company will have spent probably 300 hours of their life memorizing riddles. And obviously, bro, like this is the smartest people in the world, like engineers that are capable of like curing fucking cancer. They're out there studying riddles. And I think this is just like stupid. And every interview works the same way. You get sent this riddle and just go code out a solution. So it's very easy to just build a tool that takes a screenshot of the riddle, answers it using AI, and feeds you the code, and then wrap it in this tool that can't be detected by screen share.
Okay, so that's what you built.
Yeah.
So they could, like, it would be a test. They'd ask you the question. It'd be a programming question. You had to know, like, basically enter how to code this the proper way.
Yeah.
And you just had this tool that can record your screen, see the question, and then answer it for you without it being seen on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you use that to improved it by getting a job at Amazon.
Yeah.
Did you really get a job offer?
I got a job offer, yeah.
But then you post a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then Amazon saw it.
Hey, yeah, and Amazon execs saw it, and they're just hella fried, because it's like, yo, like, this kid is like cheating on my interview. They sent an angry email to Columbia, and Columbia's mad at me.
And then Columbia suspended you, so you got rescinded from Harvard and then kicked out of Columbia, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, but then you used that as a way to raise money.
Yeah. And bro, like, investors in Silicon Valley love seeing kids do crazy shit. They're eager to put their money in people who are making big bets. And there's just not enough people in the world who are willing to do crazy shit, that they saw the story, and immediately, like, the interest was it was overwhelming. Like I could not, like, there was too much money that people were trying to give me.
But you didn't pitch Interview Coder. You kind of like realized that this screen recording concept where AI can prompt us on your screen is a bigger vision. So it's not about just cheating on school.
Yeah. I mean, we built Interview Coder as like the ultimate way to use AI in an interview, but we realized, like, we literally spent months developing this tool that would let you use AI without anybody knowing you're using AI. And this is like way bigger than just technical interviews for software engineer. Like, if you're in a sales call and someone asks you a question, you have no idea how to answer the question, then like it'd be really helpful to have an AI in your ear just tell you the answer. If I'm in a meeting with my boss discussing a promotion, he says some weird thing, like it'd be really helpful to have an AI just tell me what to say. And the technology is way more powerful and like way bigger in scope than just technical interviews. And that's what I pitched to everyone in the Valley, and they seem to agree and seem to think I was the right guy to build it. So
interesting. Okay, so, and is it multimodal? Like,
yeah,
so you can, like, it can see visually, it can listen to the actual, like, audio on your screen.
Yeah.
And is the interface just like you're prompting it? Like, are you texting a model that's like overlaid, like kind of a widget window on the side, or can you listen to it? Can it talk to you?
It doesn't talk. It feeds you answers via text. But the interesting thing here is, if you want, you don't ever have to prompt Cluey. All you have to do is press a single command, and it will like predict what you need. And I think this is important. Like if you go to ChatGPT and ask it, what do you think I want right now? It has no idea what to give you because it doesn't know what you're doing. It can't hear what you're doing. It has no context about you other than like, that's the problem with the chatbot is that it knows nothing about you. But Cluey has been listening. It's been seeing what you've been doing. It's been hearing what you've been saying. So obviously when you just ask it, hey, AI, can you help me? Then it should know. It should be able to proactively give you information without you having to ask it a specific question.
And then what's stored? Is there like a knowledge base, or what's the context window? Like, how's that work?
Yeah, I mean, you can personalize it however you want. There's like a personalized page. You can add any information about Cluey that you want, like about you that you want Cluey to know. For example, I'm a sales rep at Verizon. Here's the product information. When someone asks these types of questions, answer in this type of way. Like you can prompt it however you want.
Okay, interesting. It's a really interesting product, and the speed in which I have heard about you to the moment that you're here right now is pretty interesting, because I think I saw a crazy tweet that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Totally like not about this product whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's a really funny Twitter with you with a dancer, or a Twitter post with you with a dancer. And then I think maybe 48 hours later, the co-founder of WAP, Cam, says the Cluey team's marketing is the best. Like, we need to like do what they're doing. Comes up to me and says that. And then another day after that, our creative director shows me a reel of one of your content creators. So I heard the word Cluey 3 different times within like a 3 to 4 day period. Without ever knowing what the product was. And I go to the website, I'm like, that's actually a pretty interesting idea. And so the fact that I got hit that many times by people on your team or by you through just like the most non-intuitive marketing is so fascinating to me. So I would just love to hear about like your approach, because obviously like the product was baked in virality with your whole concept of like cheating on the interview and getting a job at Amazon. But now you've like carried that into so many different cool marketing concepts. So I would just love to hear how you think about marketing in general. And I guess I think I saw a tweet about you talking about mind share, and I thought that was a really cool way to think about it.
There's like several questions here. I'll try it. Like, Cluey is, I think, one of the first of its kind, or probably the first of its kind. We consider ourselves a distribution first company, where essentially we like the core thesis is, if you can get 1 billion views a month on anything, it does not matter if you're selling fucking perfume or software, people will buy, and you will become rich just because you've been able to grab attention. Right now, with the rise of short form, you don't need to make high quality 1 hour long YouTube videos for people to watch your thing. You don't need to make these well thought out skits anymore. You just need to post content and people will watch. There's this gigantic delta and this gigantic gap in the market where you're able to very easily get 1 billion views a month. Short form is like the dominant media factor. This means that for every single person who consumes content, the quantity of content they consume has about like 100x. But the amount of people making content has not 100x. There's like a gigantic delta, and like not enough people make content for people to be able to like brain rot on. Meaning that there's like the market hasn't yet adjusted for this. So the value of a content creator is so fucking high right now, and they're so underpaid for it. Every single influencer I reach out to makes like they can't even make a living, even though they have like 200,000 followers and they're the hottest algo pool in the world.
Interesting. The creators can't make a living?
I mean, like you have like 150, 200K on TikTok. Your videos each get like 5 million views, and still like you only get paid from creator fund, because companies haven't caught on to the fact that if you want attention, you don't pay millions of dollars for a celebrity right now. You pay like whatever retainer fee it takes to get the 150K follower college kid with extremely hot algo pull at the moment.
How much? Okay, I mean, that makes so much sense. I mean, it's our main strategy. It's Ai's main strategy. It's the Quitter guy's main strategy. It's what Oliver did back in the day. Like, it is the method right now.
Exactly.
And I feel like people just I still don't get why everyone's not doing this, especially the bigger companies. Like,
I think like there's a reason like Quitter, Ai, the founders are what, like 19, 18, 20, like everyone is so young, because you have to be young and you have to have your finger on the pulse of culture to know that, oh, this is the new method. And I think like everyone who leads, like I guarantee you the person who leads marketing at like Facebook or something is like some like 40-year-old, like they don't understand what determines culture anymore.
I think our average age of our marketing team is 21.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Very intentional.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a huge gap. Mass short form UGC is hands down the most effective marketing strategy for app founders out right now. It's exactly how Zach Yadagari scaled Cluey to 30 million ARR. It's exactly how Alex Slater scaled Quitter to $500,000 per month. Cluey even used it to get to $6 million ARR, and it's what we do at WAP. In our first 60 days of doing mass short form UGC, we got over 10,914 videos posted, 72 million views, and over 500,000 users to sign up. We have hundreds of creators making content about WAP every single day, and we don't have to create, edit, or post any content ourselves. And the best part is we only pay after the views are generated, which means it's very cost effective. Whether you've raised money or you're bootstrapping your app, this is the only marketing strategy you need to get to 7 figures in ARR. So if you're serious about growing your app and you want to start mass short form UGC, I put together a free 30-minute video for you showing you exactly how we do it step by step. I go through how we recruit creators, how we manage campaigns, how we share content briefs, track performance, and pay out creators automatically. By the end of the video, you'll know everything you need to launch your own mass short form UGC campaigns. So if you want to watch the free video, click the first link in the description below.
You see on X and LinkedIn, or probably LinkedIn is a different beast entirely, but on X at least, the humor has not yet caught up to Instagram. And like every person on Twitter who is like outraged at the marketing that we're doing on Cluey, if they scroll through the comment section of one like Instagram reel, they would immediately realize, oh, like the world has changed entirely and I just haven't caught up yet. There's delta in pretty much every social media platform we're seeing. For example, X has not caught on to the fact yet that culture rewards and the algorithm rewards extremely controversial things, which is why there's scenarios with us, me and a dancer, and it's like, this is such a ridiculous scenario, and like on X, that's ridiculous enough to be the most viral thing of the day. But on Instagram, like I guarantee you, this is never ever going viral because it's not nearly controversial enough. On Instagram, there's the delta of like not everyone is posting, but people will literally watch thousands of reels a day. But there's not thousands of creators making good content today, which is why you'll see the same Subway Surfer reel and you'll see like the same post 100 times, but your mind will just like be okay with it because it's like you the same Reddit story overlaid over the Subway Surfers thing. Like you'll just see that over and over again because there's not enough interesting content being posted. So on Instagram, there's the problem of not enough people are posting interesting content. So you can get away with getting a really shitty like video out. People will just watch it.
So that's why clipping's working.
Yes, exactly. That's why clipping's working. Like you have probably seen the same clip maybe like 20, 30 times.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I guess like at the team, almost every day we're thinking about what are ways we can get more views on Cluey. Not even Cluey as a product, but just like the name Cluey. And this works several ways. Like we have a gigantic UGC funnel, maybe not as big as the WAP guys right now, but we're getting there. And we have about 50 creators who every day they're just pumping out content that's like Cluey related. And like literally, it's just like their description is make a post that has Cluey, mentions Cluey in some way, and that's it. On X and Twitter, like I'm actively trying to make controversial scenarios happen out of the blue because the algorithm rewards it and people there have not yet tapped into it. On LinkedIn, I literally pay for a ghostwriter who is like generating LinkedIn content for me. Every single social media I'll like platform there's a gigantic gap in those markets, and we're trying to capture every single one of those markets.
And you've seen it convert pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can do better on the conversion, but we're not really going for conversion right now. We're going for mind share, and this is the
When did Cluey launch?
Cluey launched April 20th, so like less than 2 months ago.
You've had 500K MRR?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We're going super fast.
I would say it's converting.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is you see the same sort of insane numbers with the Quitter guys, the Cluey guys. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
For sure. I feel like we shouldn't even tell people this, but it is pretty nuts. We've gotten over 1 million installs just from short form alone in the last 2 months. And so
yeah,
it's just so powerful. How do you guys go about this? Because you guys do more like UGC creators that you like have on retainer. You got like this like 100, you did like this whole intern challenge thing.
Yeah.
You hire all these different content creators. They all look very similar.
Yeah. I mean, I knew once I started, like I very quickly realized that influencers are not getting paid enough for the amount of views that they're able to get. Like our CMO, Daniel Mintz, he only has 50,000 followers on Instagram, but I guarantee you every single motivated 20-year-old Asian kid in college knows who he is because he has extremely high algo pull in that demographic. And that's how I knew about him. Every single person on the marketing team is someone that I've seen come up on my For You page and knew, oh, this person is hot right now. And I went out and like I convinced them to join. And so like the marketing team is literally my timeline in person. And it's not just my timeline. It's like everyone who's like me, everyone who has a similar timeline to me, we just put their entire timeline into the marketing team.
Interesting. Yeah. So you consciously scrolled, like you're looking for every Asian American creator in kind of the tech space. And so you like train your algorithm to look for these people.
Not even consciously. I mean, this was like just I had already known this. Like, I bet you know too. Like if someone asked you, hey, what are the 10 most common creators that you listen to, that you watch? Like, you would probably think of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And them are making content for us.
So. Yeah. And like, I bet like 9 out of 10 of them are not making as much money as you would expect. Mm-hmm. And if you wanted to pay them and just work for you full time, then they'd probably be down because they're not making enough money.
100%. It's very interesting. And so you've built out like this huge, is it all in-house content?
All in-house. Yeah.
Interesting. So you have like these in-house, how many in-house content creators do you have?
Somewhere around 60.
You have 60 in-house content creators?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my God. And that's pretty much your full marketing strategy.
Among many. I think X, for short form, for UGC, this is our entire marketing strategy, yeah.
Interesting. And then X, your strategy is to just be controversial.
I think it's a combination of a few things, but people like good engineers never post their work, and good startups very rarely, like they'll do a launch once every 3 months. Mm-hmm. You can get away with doing a launch once every day, and people will watch it, but people just haven't caught on because engineers just don't understand that like there's so much more quantity of content that everyone is consuming. If you launch every day, you will get views every single day. And big companies with impressive launches, they launch every year maybe. And it's just like now there's 364 days of the year where you're not launching anything. Like I'll be launching something then. Like, and I'll be posting every single day.
Okay. I want to go through each one of I kind of have like observed all of your marketing strategies. So I kind of want to go through exactly, I'm very tactical here. So like how you like thought about each one.
Yeah.
And so, I kind of understand the short form.
Got it.
Mindshare. I do want you to like specifically talk about this theory that you have. Yeah. What is the difference between mindshare and just like general brand awareness?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's products out there that get hundreds of millions of views a month, but will never ever get talked about at the lunch table. And I think if you want to be like the coolest thing and you want more than just to be like brain rot, you need people to talk about you. For example, like a really good example, I think like the Subway Surfers clip, I guarantee you this probably gets maybe like 100 billion views a month, but nobody goes around talking about Subway Surfers at the lunch table because there's not really any substance to talk about. There's no real narrative behind it. It's just, Subway Surfers like Minecraft parkour. There's nothing to be talked about. But for a product like Cluey and for the marketing things that we do at Cluey, I mean, you will watch like the craziest launch video. I'm on a date and it literally feels like a Black Mirror episode, and you might get 12 million views, but you'll also end up getting like maybe like 100,000 people going around to all their friends saying, hey, have you seen this thing? This is crazy. Or like this is X, and it'll evoke some strong reaction out of them. And eventually, once everyone has a strong reaction about you, this is a lot more powerful than just someone having seen one of your videos. This is what I think the power of mindshare is. If you can get away with having way less views as long as each of your views is way more powerful. If someone has seen the launch video once, this probably has the same mental effect on them as seeing, I know, a Stripe billboard 100 times. Or like it's not about content to views, it's about like the craziness of the views or like the quality of that. That's what will capture the mind of the consumer.
So like how deep is the emotional cut?
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Every single one of these, like, so can we go through a few of your viral stunts? Yeah. What are your 3 favorite?
Probably the launch video. I think the interview coder, like the entire interview coder saga is a big one. The launch video was a big one, and the 50 interns one was a big one. The dancer one was another one, but that was a lot less intentional on our part. It was part of a commercial that we were shooting that we thought was going to be big, but it ended up being like the BTS, the behind the scenes of the commercial ended up getting way bigger than that. So I can't really take any credit for that. But I mean, it's also something that we did that was captured mindshare. Everyone was talking about it. We were literally the front page of tech Twitter for probably like a full day or two, just because the absurdity of the situation.
I think how I am now in contact with you is 100% because of the definition of your approach of mindshare. I saw that video. I saw that picture. One person talked about it at work. Another person showed me a video at work. And within a 4-day period, every single person was talking about it in our office.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were showing me like bar for bar, like this is like the coolest shit ever. And they were like thinking very positively of it. And it was just very cool to see how like fast that happened. And now Cluey is like permanently ingrained in my mind. I know what the product is. Very interesting.
Exactly.
Without a single piece of content talking about the product. It's very interesting, bro. Okay, so talk to me about the 50 intern video.
Yeah.
So I think I subconsciously saw that on YouTube, but didn't engage with it at all. But when I look back and I'm like, I've seen that before. So tell me about that idea.
We essentially made a post saying we're hiring 50 interns, and we're just gonna like have you all in San Francisco. And this is like pretty ambiguous from the start. I mean, like the space is not big enough to house 50 interns. Like we could not have possibly had 50 interns there. What we could have had was a bunch of content creators making content for us. I think like the intention all along was to have a few people who would manage the creators and a bunch of creators. And this number would be honestly closer to 1,000 than it would be 50. But 50 is close enough where people think it's realistic. Like, oh my God, they're actually hiring like 50 regular software engineering interns. And this is going to be crazy. It's going to be a mess. I can't believe this. And the intention of the video was to evoke like a strong reaction out of people. Even though in all honesty, what we're doing is pretty standard. We hire like a few managerial interns and we hire a bunch of content creators. Like this is a pretty standard marketing play. But in reality, if you frame it like 50 interns, then people will be like, what the fuck? They'll repost it, they'll view it, they'll like be in your comments hating on it. And it captures mindshare. And as a result, like everyone knows about the Cluey interns. And like Cluey intern is just a phrase that gets embedded into people's mind because it was such a big story. Even though it's not really a crazy story, like we've manufactured it to be controversial and capture mindshare.
It was kind of just like the exclusion of info.
Yeah, exactly.
50 interns. Really, you're trying to hire 50 content creators.
Yeah, exactly.
But you hired a few people and they all managed the content creators. But it's that exclusion of that which kind of made it somewhat controversial.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think another good example was probably the launch video. Like in reality, the launch video showed a demo of like very little, like if Apple made that demo, it would have been realistic. If Google Glass made the demo, it would have been realistic. If Meta Glasses made the demo, like it would have been like this is the demo that you would expect. But we layer on top of it like cheat on everything. And on top of that, we made the demo about like me on a date. Just to give people that instinctive human subconscious reaction of, oh, this is wrong. And just to make it more controversial. But in reality, like all the technical capabilities that the glasses showed in the demo were really not all that crazy. It's what every single research lab and big tech company in the world is building to right now. That feature. But because we framed it in a way to be controversial, we're able to get way more views, and the views are way more powerful and like stickier in people's mind. Like, oh, like the date, like the people doing like cheating on dates, cheat on everything. Like this company's crazy. But in reality, like it's not actually like a cheating app. I mean, how do you cheat on a sales call? How do you cheat on a meeting? Like cheat means
explain the cheat on everything.
Yeah, I mean, cheat on everything. It's another thing that we do just to be more viral and be more controversial and be more sticky in people's heads. Is you call an app a cheating app, and people are like, oh, what the fuck? Like cheat. That's like a bad word. But in reality, like if we're saying cheat on your sales calls, I mean, what sales rep doesn't want to be able to cheat and like make bigger? What does it even mean to cheat on a sales call? It makes no sense. And if you think about it for longer than I don't know, like a minute or two, then you will realize like, oh, like cheat is just a clever marketing play to get inside people's heads. And that's exactly what it was, and it played out admittedly like a lot better than we thought it would. But yeah, I mean, you're able to make an app, put a super controversial spin on it, and just get tens of millions of views.
And 500K MRR in 2 months.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Easy, bro. And so it was basically cheat on interviews, and you transitioned that into cheat on everything. The real like way to rationalize that is that you're just using AI on anything you're doing, and so it's a cheat code. Like
exactly.
But you're saying, like, again, you're leaving stuff out, and when people hear that, it's like a very provocative word. It has a slightly negative connotation, and so it's kind of like it's just like it gets their attention very quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Scroll stopper. And then you intentionally layer in a video of you on a date with the language cheat on it.
Yeah. And
which is like, now you're just like, this is like a complete mind fuck.
Yeah.
Of what you're expecting.
Yeah.
And are you guys making glasses?
Hardware is like inevitably in our future, but not right now. I think there's too much to do in software and too much money to be made in software for us to lose the focus on this.
Interesting. And are you guys posting the 50 intern stuff? Was that just on X? Was that on short form? Was that on like YouTube? Like, what was the distribution strategy for that, getting that video out?
We posted it mainly expecting it to go viral on X. It did a lot of numbers on LinkedIn, but it didn't do very many numbers on IG, TikTok, just as a function of, I mean, like the things that you think are crazy on X they're just not crazy at all on Instagram. Like nobody gives a fuck about this. Because on Instagram, there's people literally committing like felonies. They're like stealing cars. They're doing the craziest shit ever. But on X, it's like, oh my God, you're hiring more than 3 interns. Like this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think also on X, especially in the YC tech, it's all like these like PC, like well put together intellectuals who use like really fluffy language, like you must create value for the ingenuity of the human race. Exactly. And it's like not even a sentence that makes sense, but everyone talks. And then you're just coming in here with like these really punchy, just a ton of juxtapositions is really all I see. Yeah. It's so non-intuitive, but you also fit the mold because you got approved to Harvard and like, very interesting. Something I've noticed about you is you have 2 different ways of talking. Like you you can turn on the tech talk, and you also turn on like the Gen Alpha, Gen Z talk.
Yeah. I think it's something unique about like Cluey and me as a whole. I think I'm like one of the first founders who were like raised on TikTok and like truly Gen Z. And as a result, I think I understand both. And I think most people on tech just don't. Like I said, the intersection of people who are big on tech Twitter and also people who understand IG TikTok is like 0.
You're an engineer, right?
Yeah.
Like you can code and everything?
Yeah.
Very, very not common for a person to be able to code and understand marketing. Do you feel like you're a better marketer or a better engineer?
I thought I was a better engineer, but as I understand the algorithms more and more, I've realized that I'm becoming a much better marketer. I think there's a lot of engineers who are better than me, but I will not say that there's a lot of marketers who are better than me. I think I can pretty confidently say that if there is something that I'm one of the best in the world at, it's probably marketing.
I think you've undoubtedly proved that.
Yeah.
Like very quickly. And your edge is your age. Like that is such a hack right now. Like everybody listening to this podcast that wants to get into marketing, you have to have people under 25. Like I'm 28 and I'm out of the loop. Like 100%. Like what my 21-year-old like marketing team people do is just something I can't even like grasp half the time.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all, and it's changing so quickly. And so it's like about being in there every single day, like scroll. Like we have like literally mandatory scrolling hours. Right? Like I will like tell Harry to like get his reps in every single day to know what's going on. I think it's like the best investment you can make because like something can happen so quickly. Just 3 million views. Just
exactly.
It's very interesting, but you're an absolute savage at it. So let's go into the dancer. We'll say, we'll use the popular language here. The dancer. So the very first tweet I saw of you was the CEO of Cluey getting a lap dance. And just like the middle, was it your office or was it like where was that?
Yeah, this was in our office.
Okay, so what was the thought process behind this like the video you were trying to make and what actually happened?
Yeah, so we're filming, there's 2 main sorts of like company content that we push out as part of like Cluey, and it's the launch videos, which are like cinema quality, like high grade, make you think, super dystopian and Black Mirror-esque. There's also like we're trying to create this Cluey universe. I think Duolingo did this with like the Duo bird, and they made sort of like a universe of characters all centered around this Duo bird. And right now we have so many interesting characters. Like our marketing team is all influencers. We have so many interesting characters here that it's very realistic for us to just make a Cluey universe and just create skits about like random things that happen, like the modern day short form equivalent of what reality TV used to be in the past. And people will just watch and be interested and develop like this parasocial connection with all the cast of this universe. And this was supposed to be one of the episodes of like the Cluey universe. Is there's like always this new crazy shit that's happening at the Cluey office. Like maybe like the next video would be like there's 10 fursuits and like we're all just dressed up as furries. Like that's something we do as part of the Cluey universe. It's just like a bunch of random skits that are like reality TV-esque. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be one of them. It's like the CEO is crazy and he just like gets lap dances and shit.
Gotcha. So it was like a staged like reality TV show like bit that you were trying to make.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes footage that someone actually like just like made it look literal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's what went mega viral on Twitter. Interesting. Okay, so one of my favorite things about you, and something I genuinely envy, because I feel like I have like made a personal brand and make a lot of content that's really educational, but it also feels like almost soulless. Yeah. Because it's like pure like, here's the information you want, but I'm not showing personality, and that like makes me hesitant to like tweet like a real take. And I think like over time that's like started to hurt me in a way. Where you're like, I really envy your ability to just like rip what you're thinking, like openly be controversial. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, especially in the tech world, will be like, what do your investors think about that? Like, are people going to invest in you in the future? And you have a very interesting perspective on it, which I really admire. So I would love your take, because you're literally tweeting pictures of you getting a lap dance from on Twitter in front of all your investors and all these people in the world when you're supposed to be some professional looking CEO is like the default mold people would expect.
Yeah.
So what's your thought process when you're posting stuff like this?
I think generally people are like starving to see something real, and nobody gives a fuck about anything corporate. Like the death of a TV commercial, like TV commercial-esque things have been dying for the last 20 years. And I think they're officially dead. But for some reason, every company in the world clings to this attempt at being like corporate and professional. And, oh, we don't do slip-ups. We're always on the right side of history and like all this other bullshit. When in reality, that's not what people want to see. They want to see something that's real, and they want to see someone that's real, and they want to see on the screen someone they can relate to. And everyone talks about founder-led marketing. And as a founder of a company, you should be like marketing and like creating the audience. And the audience of the company should be your audience. But if you really want to embody that, then like really fucking act like your audience should be the company's audience. And if you have a controversial take, then I think you should share your controversial take, because I guarantee you there's more people on the internet that will agree with you than you think. And this is what I try to live by. Like, there are enough people out there who think that I agree with Roy's takes, this guy's real as fuck, for the company to succeed. And if I believe in the idea of like founder-led marketing, and if you believe in the idea of founder-led marketing, then I think you should embrace this. Your company should be your audience. And honestly, like if you're someone who like disagrees with every take I have, like I don't even fucking want you as a customer, bro. Like I don't really need your money. And then the other side of this is I think companies actually never ever fail because the founder is too controversial. Like the biggest scandals are always with the biggest companies, yet for some reason they just keep coming out unscathed. And the reason is truly because like they make enough money. At a certain point, you make enough money, you're big enough, and it doesn't matter. Like another great example, I think, is like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Right now, there's no doubt in everyone's mind, if Jake Paul wanted to sell to enterprise customers or like wanted to sell to businesses, he'd be able to. He's like big enough. He's untouchable now. But a few years ago, when he was on the road to becoming untouchable, like this guy was going through every single scandal. He was literally the most controversial person on the internet. Even now, he's hugely controversial. But if you told me Jake Paul made a big deal with Sony Pictures, like I would not be shocked at all. Like, of course he can pull it off. He's pushed through. And what that really means is like he's made enough money or he's captured enough attention that it doesn't matter anymore. He's like can come out of these controversial situations unscathed. And the only way out is through for this kind of thing. I've made my brand and I've gotten this far by being controversial. And the only way out for me to become able to do this thing publicly without like fear of backlash is if I keep doing it and I eventually make it. Which I think the Paul brothers have done.
Yeah, it's very interesting, especially in the tech world. Like companies fail all the time.
Yeah.
Like 90+% fail just because they didn't make enough money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you're too scared to share your thoughts or take social media seriously, you're actually doing the one thing that will almost certainly guarantee you fail.
Yeah. I think so entirely.
So I think you're one of the first people to truly understand how important that is and to just go for it full-heartedly with a very self-aware approach.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I think, companies die when the belief of the founder dies in the company. And if the company is your identity and your identity is the company, then it's hard for you to lose faith. It's like at this point, Cluey is me. Like I am Cluey, and every single take that I take is essentially like my opinion is the opinion of the company, and vice versa. So it's very hard for me to lose belief in this.
How do you handle hate from it? Because you have to attract so much.
Yeah. I mean, I think internet hate is pretty easy to like. I feel like for me personally, I've always been controversial. My takes have always been crazy, and like from like fucking elementary school, there'd always be people who would be hating on Roy just because, man, this guy's an asshole. Like this guy's conky. I hate this guy, and I think I've grown like a thick skin because of it. And at this point, there's such a stark difference in the way that people interact with me in the real world and people interact with me online that it's just so easy to block out the noise and realize that this is like the internet is not a real place. Like if I walked around San Francisco for 10 hours and I had this giant sign that said, I'm the guy behind Cluey, I'm the guy who made the Cluey launch video. Like there's maybe like 5 people that would recognize me. The bubble of people that know me is so much smaller than the entire world. And in the entire world, like there's no motherfucker that's gonna hate on you behind a screen that will go up to you and be like, bro, you need to stop building the fucking cheating app. Like people don't do this. And the people that hate are never the people with the balls to actually do anything in person. Like my real world life is literally never, ever going to be affected in a negative way by the crazy shit I do online. Yeah, like people hate behind a screen, but they will never hate in person. And as a result, like my life is pretty much unaffected. The only thing that will ever happen to me is people will come up to me excitedly and say, hey, aren't you the Cluey guy? And I bet fucking like 30% of those are people who have written hate comments about me before too. I mean, like real world is just so different.
Interesting, bro. I everything you tweet, I'm like, low-key facts.
Yeah.
Almost like respect for being willing to post that online.
Yeah.
It's very cool to me, bro. So what about this, you're doing this Y Combinator after party literally tomorrow.
Yep.
Like this is like genius level creativity to like think about this. And it's like, is this for like recruiting?
Yeah, I mean,
do you explain what it is and what you're doing and why?
Yeah, YC Startup School is like the biggest event happening this summer. And the brand name of Y Combinator has gotten every single cracked college-age engineer to come to San Francisco for 2 days. And of course, like we made this great video, like super cinema quality video, rented out like this very nice camera and a party bus to film like a super hype video. Because now, like, the engineers are fucking in San Francisco. We just need to get a bunch of them at our house, sell them on the idea of Cluey, and this would be like the strongest recruiting funnel ever. But as the intention behind the after party, every other company is hosting some lame PC like networking event bullshit. We're the only ones that are gonna be throwing like an actual party because like these are college kids coming. These aren't fucking like people want to have fun. You know, they like nobody wants to do the corporate bullshit networking. Like this is so fucking lame. They want to come. They want to have a good time with new interesting people that they're meeting, and we're gonna be the ones that host the after party. And as a result, everyone's going to leave and they're not going to remember the fucking Perplexity networking event that they had. Like no hate on Perplexity or anything, but they're going to remember the Cluey after party that they went to. As a result, when they apply to jobs in the future, like every cracked engineer that we invite is going to be thinking like, damn, I had a really good time at Cluey.
That's so smart, bro. And you guys make like, you put a lot of effort into these. Like you have like a little like trailer video to announce the after party. It's like there's humor in there.
Yeah.
It's you're like the face of this stuff.
Yeah.
And you made this invite only, which I thought was pretty smart.
Yeah.
What was the thought process behind invite only?
I mean, events need to be exclusive. If we made it open invite, like there's literally 1,000 people cumulative in all our DMs that are like begging to get in. And this is another thing with like consumer hive mind. I mean, if it's an open invite, nobody's going to talk about it. Nobody's going to be like, oh, do you have a link? Like I'm trying to get in. But if it is invite only, then people are going to be asking around, like begging for an invite. They're going to be like, yo, I'm trying to go. I'm just trying to see what's up. And if it's open invite, like you might get more people, maybe, but you definitely won't get as many people who are interested.
What's the ratio going to look like at this party?
Bro, so I'm being extremely selective with this. This is 50-50 or as close as I can get.
That'll be unheard of in this world.
That's what I'm saying. If anyone could pull it off, it'd be us.
Yeah, facts. I believe it, bro. What about, you have one of the funniest takes I've ever seen that people ask you if your girlfriend's distracting or if having a girlfriend's distracting.
Yeah. Bro, like, I feel like if you're a dude and you're out there grinding 12 hours a day, like, you need a girl to come back home to. You can't just be, like, going, like, jacking off at home alone. Like, this is, like, the worst thing possible for your mental health. Back in the day, if you were a caveman and you were out there, like, hunting bears the whole day and you came home, like, even if you won or lost, like, you would come back home to your cave woman wife and you would fuck, and this would be, like, okay, my day is over, and like regardless, like I'm having a good time with my wife, and like it's done. Like tomorrow's a better day. If you came home to your cave alone and you just had to jack off and just like how many days could you go without catching like any meat? Like how long could you fight?
It is what technically motivates you. That's at a primal level.
Exactly.
I've been out here for 2 weeks separated from my girlfriend, and it has like destroyed my ability to focus.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's super unhealthy just to go home alone, look at porn or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm saying horrible for your productivity, mental health, clarity, everything.
That's not how we're designed.
I just wonder if people that have never had girlfriends just don't know a difference or something.
I don't understand either.
And they cope instead of like having to learn to go talk to a girl. They're just like, this is for the grind. I got to be focused. I can't have a girl right now.
Yeah,
you're so based for saying that, because I am so much more productive with a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And more of like, it's just a better existence, even though you do have to spend some time with them. But
bro, it's just like
great.
So, yeah, exactly, bro. Like I think the ideal, like the most productive you'll ever be is 8 hours of deep focused work a day, and then fucking like you're chilling, and you cannot chill as a man, so like a straight man, if you don't have like a wife or a girlfriend to come home to chill with, or at least like a hookup or like a friends with benefits or something. Like you just need to get that release out.
I've been telling everybody in the office we're girlfriend maxing this summer. Everyone's got to get on it, because it calls. Yeah. Those last 4 hours if you're not spending time with your girlfriend, those last 4 hours of work are actually super unproductive, and you make really bad decisions.
That's what I'm saying.
Under the guise that you're being productive.
Yeah.
Grind. People are falling for this hustle bro culture way too hard, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I think I get a lot of work done, and even me, I don't think I can get more than 8 hours of focused work in a day.
I think it's the quality, like a few quality good decisions, just go a long way. It's much better than just forcing everything. But there's always context for different seasons of your life. So I'm curious. Then you said you're trying to recruit creators.
Yeah.
From the Y Combinator thing.
Oh, like engineers mostly.
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah, like Y Combinator does not attract the best creators in the world.
I was wondering. Okay, I'm not misheard you. Okay, so then how many engineers do you have versus creators? If you have 3 people that are like on your team, then you just like pay these creators like probably like as contractors or.
Yeah, just contractors. Like we pay per video and then we do view bonuses. Like it's very similar to how Walt does clipping.
It's the method, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up, it's the method. So how many engineers?
We have 3 full-time, but probably going to be 5 by the end of next week.
5 engineers?
Yeah, 4 or 5, yeah.
Gotcha. How many do you think you need?
Engineers? I think I've learned, I'm beginning to think that it's never a bad thing to have an extra engineer or an extra engineer or 2 on hand. So I think probably somewhere around 6 or 7 will take us to the $1 billion valuation. Like you don't need that many. Our engineers are like way more productive than they would have been 5 years ago, pre-AI and everything. Like they ship a lot of code fast. So I'm pretty happy with having maybe like 6 engineers total.
Yeah, I think we're really trying to keep headcount under 50, like for eternity.
Yeah.
I think the quality people with AI is becoming very real.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're very much trying to embody very early on. How do you see AI content creation playing out? Because that's something we're on the brink. Like VO3 just came out.
Yeah.
We tried ARCAD. Like we're trying these other AI UGC stuff, and VO3 is actually like insane because you can generate voice.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious what what your hypothesis for AI content is. Because it's like not real yet, but it's also kind of real right now for the first time the last few weeks. I feel like we're like very much on the cusp of AI content being a huge thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's like coming out in the future, but I think there's literally infinite viral hooks or like types of videos that people will watch. And sure, there might be infinite ways that you can generate them AI, but there's also infinite ways that you can generate them without AI. And I think there's like a final 10%. I don't even know how to describe it. There's like a final 10% that VO3 is missing. Like the human videos are still not exactly human. And the difference between like the Instagram algorithm will really heavily reward something that feels real. Like a fake skit, if it feels real, you do 10 million views, and if it doesn't feel real, then you get 1 mil. And like just AI is not at the point where like all of our UGC are like things that feel real. If you look at them with an objective eye, they're obviously fake. But if you're just like mindlessly scrolling, you'll think, oh yeah, that's pretty real. And I guarantee you, there's like not one of our viral videos that you could actually recreate with AI to the same effect. Generally, I'm bullish. I think AI content creation will fix the delta. Like the gap in the market where not enough content is being created, like AI will fill that gap. But I think there's some time until then.
I think the subtlety that a lot of engineers won't pick up on what you just said is feel.
Yeah.
It's the feeling that content invokes is what separates good from bad content. I watched the Greg Eisenberg podcast of this guy who had the best innate automation that scraped the most popular 10 videos, and then it transcribed them, and then it gave him 4 different hooks, and then it sent him over here, and then he got 10 videos, and he automatically had them posted to LinkedIn or something.
Yeah.
And then he accidentally, he shows his LinkedIn, and it gets 7 likes.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck if you automate something that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And a lot of the AI content feels super soulless.
Yeah.
And there's no essence to it, or it doesn't provoke any feelings. You're not saying anything controversial or relevant to the day now. And so I've been very against AI content, especially any form of video or any form of YouTube video or short form video. But it is very interesting to see what happens with these models. I'm curious if you were on top of it or not yet.
We try. We spend a lot of time testing, but it's just not there. Like the text doesn't feel real. You have to look over it with the human eye. And the videos don't feel real, and you just need a human in the loop. And at this point, let's just work with the human and wait till the models get there.
What if you had to distill your marketing strategies into buckets? What are they?
Launch videos, controversial scenarios, and UGC, or more broadly, even marketing for conversion and marketing for hive mind. There's many things that we post for the purpose of just being controversial and crazy and getting people talking about it. For example, the 50 interns thing, this resulted in not much money flowing to Cluey, but it did result in a lot of people talking about it. Even the launch video, it didn't result in like that much money because like the product in the launch video is not the product we're actually selling. It's just loosely related, but it gets people talking about Cluey. And those things are for the purpose of hive mind, and they're like so relevant and important. Pretty much all of my Twitter is not actually, or X is not actually intended to be highly converting. It's only intended to get people talking about Cluey. Instagram is where we have our UGC funnel, and these are the things that will scale to like billions of views. We've done like over 20 mil views to date in the last like 2.5 weeks, and we're probably like this month alone, we're probably going to do like our first month will be the first month that does 50 million views. So it's like extremely rewarding, and it's the most converting thing. Like you can actually show visuals of the product and make people like show a use case of it working, and then like have people like click and download. But it just won't ever get people talking about the product.
So it's more if that's your performance engine.
Yeah, exactly.
A little more education. Do you guys pay? Could you just break down how that works? Like in detail?
Yeah. I think we pay pretty close to market rate. I think we do a little bit more, but generally it's $25 to $40 a video, and every single video they post, regardless of whether it gets 0 views or 1 million, you get that flat. And then on top of that, there's performance view, like bonuses per views. If you get 500,000 views, then we'll give you $500. If you get 1 million views, we'll give you $1,000. And there's like tiers after that, but we haven't really gotten to many tiers after that.
If you're an app founder and you want to use the exact marketing strategy that Roy just mentioned, click the first link in the description below. I put together a free 30-minute video breaking down how you can use mass short form UGC for your app. This is the growth hack right now, guys, and this attention arbitrage will not last forever. So go watch the video, take action. Your future self will thank you.
And for creators, we're all just like scrolling, looking for creators. And as soon as we find someone who's like, oh shit, this person seems pretty good, we'll send them to a group chat, and then we'll send them DMs, and we'll try and talk to them and like try and poach them into working for us and making content for us. And it's like pretty simple, because like the guys that we'll find are, half of them will be like 3,000 followers, like 4,000 followers. Like they literally just started posting, but immediately you can just tell like, okay, this person has the right eye for content. This person understands it, so let's just post them quick. And I think the biggest thing we look for is just generally, if there is someone like watching that wants to try and do this on their own, there's a gigantic difference between someone who's posted maybe 3 videos and someone who's posted 0 videos. You think it's like only 3 videos, it's not a lot, but 99% of people are so deeply uncomfortable with the idea of post. Like they will never post anything because they're so fucking embarrassed. And once you get past like 3 videos, like you're past that point of, oh fuck, I'm gonna get judged by everybody I know for posting videos. And like those are the people that you want.
It's like going to the gym for the first time.
Yes, exactly.
The first
exactly.
Interesting. I mean, that's exactly how we do it. Like you just look for people, like you just spend hours like looking for the best UGC creators, people who like understand content, like they have a structured hook, they understand how to tell a story, they have decent editing that's more so just like pacing and like showing what you're saying with what is being displayed on screen. Just simple stuff like that, and then reaching out to them, cutting a deal. People are way more willing to make videos than you think.
Yeah,
do you recruit them into like a Discord, or what do you guys do?
Right now we have a Instagram group DM, or we have like a couple of those.
Podcast channel or just a group DM?
Yeah, just we have like a few group DMs, but like we're getting way too big. We're gonna have to move into a Discord.
Move into a WAP, and I'm gonna have you talk to him, and we'll show you how to do it, because we've built the perfect tool for you guys.
Okay, awesome.
We use it ourselves, and it's gonna be exactly what you need. And the best part is you don't pay unless they give views.
Like, exactly. Yeah.
And you're not paying influencers influencers are ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
I've been reaching out to every single YouTuber in existence, and these brands are paying these people way too much money.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Have you guys tried YouTube at all?
No, we haven't tried YouTube. I think the 2 platforms where we're still like waiting to see what exactly works is surprisingly TikTok and YouTube. Like a lot of people try and group IG Reels and TikTok together, but like the algorithm is very different. And I think we still yet to crack TikTok, like at least to the extent that IG
Instagram, you can get away with way more educational, like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Where TikTok is, people are really deep. Those people are cooked.
Bro, yeah, I agree entirely, yeah.
Their attention span is done. But it's better to definitely focus and nail those. We only started our short form like in January. But I think our peak week got 22 million views in a week.
Bro, sick, yeah.
It's the method, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I've had so many people on this podcast that just did the same thing, and then we tried it. I'm like, it works better than you could ever even imagine.
Yeah, exactly. There's such a gigantic gap in the market, and it's just not tapped into, because the people with money are not the people who scroll IG, TikTok, and like they just don't understand that this is the way to do advertising in 2025.
How's your life changed since you've started this?
Man, that's a good question, bro. There's been like, I think February 1st of this year, literally like just over 4 months ago, is when I launched the paid version of Interview Coder. Since then, Interview Coder blew up, got like 200-300 million views across socials. I put the round together, and all of a sudden, overnight, I have $5 million in the bank account. I have like an actual company. We do the launch video, and the whole time I'm like, maybe Interview Coder was a fluke. Maybe I don't actually understand virality the way that I do, but it's been disproven like a couple times. And now I kind of showed myself and the world that I can keep doing this just like at will almost. And like the team has grown from me and Neil coding in our dorm to like fucking like there's like 13, 14 people running around the office, and it's pretty crazy. There's so many ways that my life has changed. I think one of the biggest is there like my internet persona has fucking exploded, and I've had to become much more intentional about delineating what's real and who my actual friends are versus like every other person who like runs up and like, oh, Roy, or like even like the people on the internet who are just hating. And I think I've grown a lot closer to my family and my friends, and like I take less for granted the time that I spend with them in person. I think since leaving college, like it sort of hit me that like, holy shit, this is like I actually dropped out. Like I'm done. There's no going back. This is my life for the next 80 years, and it's super fun. But I think I'm like, right now I'm looking for a wife. I broke up with my girlfriend.
Shit, bro. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Like recently?
Yeah, recently, like 2.5 weeks ago.
Oh my God,
it was heartbreaking.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, it was good, bro. It was good. Yeah, and now it's like I think I need something longer term.
Interesting. Does it feel real that you're in this phase? Like, I struggle with this podcast because it's actually been how much success you've had so quickly.
Yeah.
Is like you're still experimenting with everything.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like there's nothing to really look back on. It's just like you're so like in the first season right now.
Yeah, I know.
Does it feel real?
Not really. I mean, yeah, this is like literally, bro, I cannot believe that February 1st is when I was in my dorm launching Interview Coder. It doesn't feel real. Like I feel like I've gone through pretty unfortunately, I've gone through the entire hedonistic treadmill of life. Like I think I've experienced like the nice Michelin star dinner, and I didn't really like it that much. I bought like the nice pair of shoes that I wanted. I didn't really like it that much. Now as a result, like I feel like I don't even have many monetary desires like that. Which I never ever thought was gonna happen. Like I used to be the biggest fucking hype beast back in middle school. If I would like drop ship sneakers and like resell sneakers, and I would like I wanted the Jordan 1 Chicago so bad and all this shit. And now it's like I feel that part of my life and that core desire has gone away.
That's crazy. It happened so fast.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know right now if it's gotten to my head. Like, and if I am a different person. I think about this quite a bit. Like I don't know if I'm the same person that I was 6 months ago. I really hope I am. And I think I've tried to stay true to my core desires and core values. But I mean, like, bro, my life and my perspective on life and like my perspective on everything has changed so much. I'd say one thing that I like, probably the biggest material change in my mindset has been like, it's very hard to lose when you take the biggest risks ever. I mean, people will often say this concept of it's easier to do like raise $100 million than it is to raise $1 million. It's easier to do things that are 100 times as hard than this. It's easier to like 100 extra money than this to 2 extra money. I think when you do something small, that's not very risk heavy. Like everyone wants to do that. You're competing with 1 million people. But when you go out there saying like, I'm gonna build fucking brain chips, or I'm gonna like make $100 million, or I'm gonna do XYZ, like there's very few people who want to swing that big. And as a result, your competition is almost none. Like the risks that I've taken have been so big. I'm probably the first person in history to like intentionally get themselves kicked out of an Ivy League for the purpose of hyping up a fundraise. And that is such a huge risk that it was inevitable that would have paid off. And I think Interview Coder, like people said, oh, you just got lucky that it got viral. But in reality, I mean, how many other times in history has someone built a cheating tool, publicized the cheating tool, and gotten kicked out of school for it? Like probably never in history. And I think there's no universe where that didn't go viral. And I think just generally when you swing big and take big risks, you win.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I've thought, and I think that's warped my perception on a lot of things. Like, you need to take the biggest risk possible and swing the biggest you can at every single possible moment.
Is that why you're comfortable raising so much money?
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah. This is like another example of that. Like, even when we did the seed fundraise, we were sort of like trying to be conservative with the valuation and thinking like, oh, maybe let's raise at a less conservative, like a less gigantic number, and maybe we'll only raise X when we could raise Y. And I think that was like the only mistake in my fundraisers. I could have just swung bigger, because like literally it's been 2 months and I'm already raising another round. Things happen so fucking quick. If you're not betting on yourself, then who the fuck are you betting on? Like, yeah. With fundraising, my philosophy is you should fundraise the most amount you can when you don't need it. And if you're raising any less because you're worried that the valuation is going to get too high, you're not going to be able to justify it, then you're just like you're being a pussy. And if you have that mindset, then you're never going to build a big business anyways.
I am getting so inspired by you, because these are like, I bootstrapped my entire way through my career.
Yeah. I have a lot of respect for bootstrappers like Zach Calai, Blake Anderson, and Alex from Twitter. I respect these guys so much. I'm not against bootstrapping. It's totally reasonable that you want the money to yourself. I think if you want to build like $1 trillion business, like, you don't get there by worrying about your $30 million valuation right now. Like, you get there by just swing big. Like, okay, I've got a term sheet for 30 mil. Can I get one for 50 mil? Can I get one for 100 mil? And just like building it up.
So you don't think there's too much of a technical hurdle for you to make like this screen recording product? And even if your literal thought process is, we're going to build one, and when OpenAI or Claude have a similar one, we think that ours is going to be equal level of quality. Maybe like, doesn't really matter how close it is, but we're going to be able to out distribute them, and we'll just be the default one that people think of because we have the brand name. Is that genuinely like the bet you're taking?
That's among many. That's one of the bets. I think we'll get a little technical here, but like, the research labs have sort of shown that they're not really willing to play at the application level. The race to AGI is too competitive, and the first lab that gets AGI sort of like wins everything. So they sort of shown that they would rather buy out the application layer products, like OpenAI's gigantic 100x ARR acquisition of Windsurf and Codium. This is a ridiculous acquisition. They've sort of shown that they'd rather buy out the companies and spend their time focusing on building the research. And I think this is like probably true for most things. I don't think there will be like the OpenAI calendar that comes out soon. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think there's time for someone else to build the AI calendar and just get bought out by OpenAI. And right now we're competing at the application level. And if we do succeed at the application level, then I think OpenAI is just not going to compete with us here. The second thing I think is that Cluey as a product, and most AI products, should be designed so that when the next model comes out that's twice as good, your product will then get 4 times as good. And that's like how we've designed Cluey in mind. Like, we're waiting on the next release of the next great model, because when that comes out, Cluey inherently gets so much better. And we're not betting, we hope the research labs get better and push out better models, because when they do, like, Cluey will get better. And I honestly don't think that we're competing with OpenAI at all, really. Like, this is an application layer product, and OpenAI is building they're building the models that support us. So the first part of the argument is that the research labs are too involved with other things to throw themselves into the fight at the application layer. If that's the case, then the day that the model that is multimodal, that can take like a 10 billion token context, the day that model that is capable of being Jarvis comes out, then everyone all of a sudden has access to build Jarvis. And that day, the question is, who builds Jarvis? Who gets to be the distributor of Jarvis? And I think it is the same reason for why Gmail beat Yahoo Mail, or why Google Search beats Bing Search. It's not because any of the technologies are inherently better. It's just because one of them is cooler than the other. One of them has captured the hive mind better. And it's not a function of views. It's a function of like talked aboutness. And if the day that GPT-7, the API becomes public, if that day comes and Cluey is the most hottest talked about thing in the world, then obviously we will be the best distributor of Jarvis. And so that is a twofold argument. First, the race to AGI is too important, too competitive for research labs to really meaningfully invest in the application layer. And second, the day the models come out, that's when our virality and our hive mind is like really, really powerful, because our product will get literally 1 million times better. And if that's the case, then everyone's going to want one.
So you'll be, first off, since you're building that, you'll be the first one to be able to implement it.
Exactly.
So you have the infrastructure, interface, and everything ready to go.
Yeah.
And secondly, you've been building mindshare. People already know you as this thing in a way.
Yeah.
And so that you'll also have the mechanics to distribute faster.
Yeah.
And brand equity build.
Yeah, exactly. I think the technology is not super simple to build, but like you get there iteratively. And if we're ready for the model to come by the time it comes out, then at that point, like, we will have literally years ahead of everyone else, because we're preparing for the world right now.
Interesting, bro. I think I would 100% invest in that.
Yeah, appreciate
I am sold on that. I'm curious. I was thinking upstairs, like, I've interviewed so many of you, like 18, 20, 22-year-old kids who are making millions of dollars with like AI apps, whatever. Zach, Daniel Bitton, all you guys, Blake. How are you guys so switched on? How are you guys such clear thinkers? Like, do you think it's like a born intelligence? Do you think you consumed the right TikTok algorithm as a kid? Yeah. Do you think it was like your parents? Like, I feel like your parents probably, were they encouraging you to be an entrepreneur? Were they encouraging you to be like, if you're getting into Harvard, they really care about school. Like, that's a lot different than being a 21-year-old founder.
Yeah. I mean, I think all like the common thread between all of us is like, we're not the best engineers in the world. Like, none of us, in no universe are any of us getting PhDs and going to do research at like OpenAI. Like, we're not the smartest people in the world. But I think the common thread is that we're all tapped into the algorithm. Like, we all probably spend a gigantic amount of time scrolling, and we're all pretty smart, but in reality, it's a combination of above average intelligence, having scrolled a fuck ton and understanding the algorithm, and the agency to start. But I think anybody is capable of having like, I was literally just going to say anyone is capable of having agency to like start things, but I'm not sure if that's entirely true. But this is something that we all have. Like, we all saw, like, holy shit, these stupidest videos get millions of views. We would go out and we talk to people and they'd explain like how they get millions of views. And this seems simple. I can get millions of views and I can just build an app really quick with AI that like solves a problem. And you solve a problem and then you focus heavily on distribution, and we're able to win distribution because we've scrolled sufficiently. And I think this is like, we are exhibit ABC of right now, distribution is more important than product, because with AI, things are so easy to build and MVPs are so easy to come by. You can make something shippable so quick, and you don't have to be a genius to do it. You don't have to spend 6 months of your life coding to do it. There's like, the ability to ship something has fundamentally been democratized. The only thing that has not been universally distributed is the ability to, is the understanding of what goes viral and the agency to act on that. I wouldn't say we're born geniuses or anything at all, but maybe we're born with something that makes us like just fuck around and try things. And we're probably all above average intelligence, although.
But there's a belief, and there's no correlation to intelligence and success, in my opinion. Like, you can, because there's a certain point where it can be very limiting because you like overthink or oversolve problems or something. Yeah. So it's like but you guys all think so clearly. Like, it's like it all just like makes sense when I hear you guys talk, and it's so interesting to me. But I also see that one interesting thing about Cluey was that it didn't seem like the most intrinsically viral product. Yeah. Where with Cal AI, like, you can very visually show that, especially in like an influencer's video of like a bodybuilder just like taking a picture of his food, and then they see the logo. It's like all of their strategies were like, and the same with Quitter, like it's a very like intrinsically controversial, like it sticks out. Where clearly when I was researching you guys, I'm like, this isn't like the most like viral concept. Yeah. I think you're an interview coder. Like, you 100% planned that with like virality in mind, like genius launch strategy. Like, you absolutely went for it. But Cluey itself doesn't seem like the most viral strategy, but you still found a way to implement those principles.
Yeah. I think this is something that Zach and I seem to disagree on, or not disagree, but we just have different theses on this. But I know in every one of Zach's interviews, he'll say like your product, and even Blake and like the rest of those guys, they'll say like your product needs to be visual and you need to be able to show like visual pictures of the product. But I actually think that might be great for like conversion and UGC, and we might explore that later. But in reality, if you want a truly viral mindshare capturing moment, but it's not the product that you need to make go viral. It's like the situation surrounding it. Like Cluey as a product, like the launch video didn't show Cluey at all. It just showed like it just manufactured a controversial situation and made Cluey the cheat on everything app. And even if you don't know what the product is, you just know Cluey is the cheat on everything company. And that's like a talk aboutable viral moment. And I think that's like another way of capturing attention is you don't actually need your product to be viral. You just need your product to be in a viral situation. And I think that's very different from how the Cali AI guys approach it.
Did you guys make it visual though with the glasses?
Yeah. I mean, literally, like we don't have the glasses. Like it's not real. It does not exist. It probably won't exist for like at least a few months. And people are like, but we decided to make that the launch video because it's like eventually this is what Cluey will look like, and it's like reasonable for us to think that there is some association.
I think that's an actual really important marketing principle that is not intuitive at all if you're not a true marketer.
Yeah.
The goal of marketing is to explain a concept as simply as possible visually. And so you're explaining the point and you're showing the visual tools needed for people to get it.
Exactly.
Very quickly. But even though it's not literally, that's what it is, but they can at least understand the concept instantly.
Yes, it's AI assistance without anybody knowing that you're using AI.
24/7 all the time. Yeah. So it's genius. Like that is like genius level marketing right there. I think Triumph, do you know Triumph? The game, the pay-to-play game.
No, I don't know.
They have a good example. Their ads are amazing because you basically are like, the real product is you play 1v1 for a pot. Like you each put money up and you play 1v1.
Yeah.
That's really hard to convey through a marketing message.
Yeah.
And so what they do instead is have just like, they'll get like an influencer split screen playing a video game, and they just have a money counter for like the longer you play, like Flappy Bird, it just like starts at $1, just going 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up really fast. And so it's visually showing you play a game, you make money, even though that's not the real game that they have inside the app. But it's like, I just think that's so important for people to understand for marketing. And you guys embodied that very, very well because you still believe in the principle. I don't think you have the luxury because technically your app is supposed to be invisible.
Yeah, exactly. It can't be that visible.
Yeah, that's very cool, bro. Is there anything else from a marketing lens that you guys have planned?
Yeah, I mean, I think friend.com. I don't know if you've seen the friend.com launch video, but this was like the most. It was
Avi?
Yeah, Avi.
Actually, I was just about to ask you that, and then I said the Triumph example as well. That was like a trippy ass Black Mirror.
Yes.
Release.
Yes.
But did he stop that? Sorry, make your point.
Yeah. So like July 2024 or June 2024, Avi Schiffman launches the most controversial viral demo of the year. And it's like this huge, he spent $250,000 on it. And it's this like cinematic world where you walk around with a necklace that is your AI friend. And it essentially does pretty much what Cluey does. It sees what you see, hears what you hear, and it can talk to you. And it is your AI friend. And this concept is so fucking viral. Like every single YouTuber in the world has something to say about it. Every single person in tech has an opinion about it. And then he just like leaves to go to work on it in Japan with a bunch of engineers, and he's working on the product right now. But he showed everyone literally over a year ago, if you want to go viral on Twitter, you have a cinematic opening shot with a very controversial story that sort of conveys what the product does. And this is exactly what we took. And like for some reason, nobody decided to implement that except us. And if you look at the friend.com launch video and then you look at our launch video side by side, you will notice that everything from the timing of like the logo getting put on the screen to like the cinema quality and even the types of shots, like there's a clear parallel here. Avi Schiffman gave everyone the fucking playbook for how to make a Twitter launch go viral. And for some reason, we're the only ones that captured it. And I think this is not a one-time only thing we can do. Like the 50 interns video was like another, like the first shot was kind of crazy and it made everyone talk. It was another controversial thing. It's controversial plus cinematic, and this just generated another 5 million views. And from now on, we just spent $100,000 on a camera. We're going to do this all in-house. We're going to have like an in-house film studio almost. And now every single, maybe 2-3 weeks, every time we launch a feature, we're not just going to launch it with like a explainer video. We're just going to launch it with like an actual fucking launch video that's exactly the same quality as our original launch video. Because I think there's still literally hundreds of millions of views waiting to be ripped from this sort of content. That'll be like the Twitter launch strategy moving forward.
Did you buy an RE Mini?
I have no idea what the camera. We have like a video guy who said this is the best camera in the world.
Yeah,
like we that's what we bought. Yeah,
that's so cool. And so you guys I saw you also tweet. I'm gonna have to show all these tweets that I'm talking about. But I saw you also tweet a video of a Y Combinator video that's cinematic, and you had the take that cinematic videos do not equal virality.
Yes.
So explain the nuance here, because those could be contradicting statements, but I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, Y Combinator is like a startup accelerator. It's like the biggest startup accelerator in the world, and they will often post launches of the startups that they incubate. So there was a recent, like if you look at the recent launches, they get more and more cinematic. I think people are trying to emulate what I have done and what Avi has done with friend.com and try to spend a bunch of money on a quality cinematic launch video, but every single one of them is losing the controversial aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's one thing to get people interested in opening scene, like, wow, they put a lot of money into this launch video, I wonder what the company is launching. And it's one thing to get them hooked, but after that, you need to immediately give them something to talk about. And if you just have like a plain launch video and you just put a bunch of money into like making it look pretty and cinematic, then that's really only half the formula. The other half is like giving it actual meat to talk about. This is where like Hivemind comes in. This is why you need a launch to be controversial. Like, you need to put your balls in the line. Like, you're not just launching something, you're launching something crazy. And if your tech isn't like fucking AGI, then it's not going to be that crazy. So you need to make it crazy by making the situation crazy. And that's what friend.com did. That's what we did. And that's what like the other cinematic videos that are just flopping, they're all failing to do.
But you are visually showing the most extreme version of what the world could look like if your product at the product end state.
Yeah, exactly. The specific video that you're talking about is like AI for furniture, AI for couches or something, and then they're like automating some back office work for like furniture retailers. Even something as boring as that, there's like ways to make that controversial or talked about. Like, you should be thinking when you launch your thing, like, what is the craziest way that this could affect the world that would get people talking? And I think generally on Twitter specifically, you want to know that in the end state, if every single person in the world saw this, 50%, like genuinely, literally 50% would have a very strong negative reaction to this. These are the videos that will go mainstream viral and get crazy talked about. And if the number's not 50%, then you're probably not being ballsy enough with your tweet.
Do you tweet a lot?
Yeah, I've probably done like 3,000 tweets since February 1st.
Really?
Yeah.
I was only seeing like one or two.
Or like with including comments and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to tweet every day.
Once
or twice, yeah.
Are they all trying to be controversial, or like how much thought is going into each tweet?
I don't care for I don't aim for every single tweet to be mainstream viral. A lot of my tweets I just tweet to keep my algo pull hot and like to keep the algorithm reminded that I'm still out here tweeting. But I aim every once in a while, I'll aim to try and make something very viral. And those are the cases, like the 50 intern video or the launch video or like any other cinematic video that I'll put out like in the near future.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and those will be both cinematic and controversial. It'll give you something to talk about.
What about the Cluey Twitter?
Cluey Twitter?
Yeah. Are you a part of that strategy at all?
Yeah, I run the entire thing. Cluey Twitter is like my extension of my personal account.
Explain the strategy behind that, because you guys have like, there's something very cool about it, is that you guys have a very branded voice.
Yeah,
and it's like a very like flag in the ground, like, this is us.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah. I mean, just like, I don't know why people are so insistent on making their corporate accounts the most boring shit ever.
It's just vanilla.
Like, if you like try and think about one corporate account who you can actually remember, or you can actually think about, like there's literally not one that comes to mind who I think is distinctive.
We just had this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. You need like personal, like, people are starving to see something real. Like, nobody wants to see the same corporate bullshit. Like nobody ever wants to see it. And I think it like, this is like another downstream of founder-led marketing. And it's like, the company voice needs to be the founder's voice, and it has to be the genuine founder's voice, not the fucking made up bullshit founder's voice they put on for PR. Like be authentically yourself. And this is what Cluey is doing. And as a result, like, you know, when a Cluey post is made, like, oh, this is the Cluey account making this post, and this is like Roy talking to you essentially. I think this is what like companies need to actually like gain interest among users.
Do you think it has to match the founder's voice?
Yeah, I think either the founder's voice or it has to be distinctive in some way. Like, I'm obviously very partial to founder's voice, but this is because this is what I know. Like, I know that I'm the face of, like, I've gotten this far because I put myself as a face of Cluey, And moving forward, I will continue to put myself as the face of Cluey. But like, even if it's not you, like if someone's watching this and thinks like, oh, it can't be me, maybe make it like one of your interns, like maybe make like head of marketing or someone. Like, you know, it just has to be distinctive. Like it's so obvious. You see a post and it's like, oh, it's more corporate bullshit. Like nobody wants to see that.
Interesting. Okay. Is there anything else that you specifically think that the world needs to know?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're, this is something that I kind of want to like this message I feel like needs to be out there. But if you are, I'd say pre-series B, or your startup is like not doing traction, like your reputation is literally the last thing that you need to worry about. Like there is a point where maybe you need to worry about like your image. Like for example, I don't think Meta can go out there doubling down on, oh, like our child will violate. We're gonna violate it even further. You can't double down when you're that big and there's that many people watching you. But until you hit a point of escape velocity, like it does not fucking matter what people think about you or what they know about you or like any of this bullshit. The only thing that matters is that you get bigger, you grow somehow. And I think there's a lot of people that are hating on us, talking about like, oh, like this company, like they don't know what they're doing. Like this is so unprofessional. This is so crazy what they're doing. Like they're never gonna survive acting like this. But you have to like. Always the only way out is through, and you don't become a generational company by making small bets. And I think like there's nothing that disgusts me more than seeing like some gold check mark on Twitter, some like corporate account, and they're like posting like some lame ass, boring ass corporate tweet, and I look at their profile, they have like 100 followers. Like, bro, who exactly are you trying to please with this? Your investors don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about you until people start default giving a fuck. You need to make them give a fuck by putting your balls on the line. And something that I think is pretty crazy that happened to me is like growing up, every single startup founder would say like, you need to swing big, you need to take big risks, you need to be risky, like drop out of college, like bet your life on the line. And I feel like I've been listening to the advice that the greats have told me, you know, like take big risks and swing big. But like all of a sudden I'm looking around, it's been 4 months of me swinging big and there's like no one next to me. Like no one else is swinging this big. And it's just like, I think the advice is true, but almost nobody really embodies it. I think like for some reason there are no risk takers nowadays.
Peter Thiel has a quote, like we need people with courage, like more people that are brave. And it's not a lot of brave people.
Exactly. Yeah. Courage is in like shorter supply than intelligence. I think this is so true. But like even at the high stages, I mean, there's startup founders right now who think what I'm doing is too risky, too crazy, too controversial, and they don't like me. Like, how can you possibly think this and like bet your entire life on your company? If you truly bet your life on the company, like this company has to make it or I die. This company is an extension of me, and the company cannot live or die without me living or dying. Then like you would do whatever it takes. And I just think there's almost no one that does like whatever it takes. And doing whatever it takes, I think, means be willing to get kicked out of college, be willing to burn your entire career, be willing to make half the world hate you, and like all this shit is just doing what it takes.
With a singular focus.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you think you came up with the idea for Interview Coder / Cluey? Or do you think it found you?
I think there's other companies that did very similar things to what Interview Coder had done in the past. Like we knew the technology existed for an desktop application that's invisible to screen share. We knew the technology existed for AI to solve questions based on an image. We just put the two together, and I feel like, honestly, it didn't really take a genius to realize that this could be built. It only took someone with the guts to actually market it properly. There literally were leak code solvers that did very similar to what Interview Coder did, which is with a clunkier user experience.
Yeah, but then it turned into Cluey, which is actually like such a good transition.
Yeah. Dude, it was weird. We like stumbled around different things before we landed on Cluey, but it was the most obvious thing. Like we built Interview Coder for technical interviews and it got big. You should just build Interview Coder for more things and see where that takes you. Like it's the most obvious thing we could have done, but for some reason we thought Interview Coder ended with technical interviews. We spent like months building like fucking a dating app. We built like it was just like so much random bullshit after that until we just decided like this obviously worked. This is the idea. Like literally Neil and I went on a retreat where we went to a cabin in the woods to like think about our lives and like think about the future. And this is where we came up with the idea for Cluey. Like it took all that for us to realize that Interview Coder could be more than just Interview Coder. And Yeah, like it seems natural right now, the most obvious thing, but for some reason it just wasn't obvious to us.
It's your logical, rational mind really gets in the way. Like the path was in front of you the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you were aware of it or not, you were walking it.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Do you, I was going to ask you, you just raised money like that? Like the first, like so you had this hype off of interview code.
Yeah.
You had all this, like this weird phase of like unknown.
Yeah.
But then like you had the idea for Cluey, then you just like knew how to raise money. Like how did you?
We had a lot of help. Like I did this program, Z Fellows.
I didn't know you were Z Fellows.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's Zach did the program too, but I mean,
so does Steven.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm a Z Fellow.
I like Corey.
Yeah. Corey Levy is the guy who runs Z Fellows, and he's the guy that I came to when I first started wanting to build a company. I went to Corey, and when I first started wanting to do a fundraiser, I went to Corey. He kind of gave me the rundown for everything. But when we were raising, we were super hot, just because this was when Interview Coder was front page of Twitter. So like the round itself didn't even last 24 hours. Like we had like literally 15-minute calls that translate into millions in funding. And it just closed so quick. I don't even know if there's any fundraising advice I can give to anyone.
Yeah.
Because it was such a unique situation, and like our pitch changed 3 times over the course of 18 hours. And but like still we were just able to raise so much just because we drummed up hype. I'd say if there were any fundraising advice I could give, it's a lot easier to fundraise when you have something that's working. Focus less on fundraising and focus on getting something working. Because if you are hot and your thing is working, like the funding will come to you. VCs, there's like hundreds of VCs whose entire job it is to just like look around for people whose products are working. So if your shit is working, like the money will come. You don't need to stress about fundraising.
It's literally their job.
Yeah, bro, it's their job to find you. They will find you, I assure you.
Interesting.
Always my only advice is like take bigger risks. It looks different in different people, but I don't think I've ever met anybody in my life who is willing to take risks to the point where I think like, oh fuck, like you are ballsy, you've got some fucking balls. Maybe like some illegal Mexican immigrants like hop the border and like leave their lives to come to. But like right now it's just like, I don't know, like every dude at a top 20 college, they're just not putting their balls on the line. I'd say put your balls in line for something and you will be rewarded for it. Something else I would say is generally when you're fundraising, like fucking fundraise big, bro. You're going up there asking for money. Don't pussy out. This is like such niche advice for the maybe like 1,000 people in the world who are actually doing a fundraiser right now. Raise the most that you can, at the highest valuation that you can. I have like a lot of thoughts on my perspective on relationships has changed probably more than anything.
Female?
Yes, female relationships. Like I've since leaving college, like it hit me like, holy shit, this is my life now. I'm going to end up working so much more than I did in college. Like I was sticking around in college, and now it's like I have an actual fucking company to run. And as a result, I've become a lot more long-term relationship oriented. And the things that I'm looking for in women have changed. Like me as a man, I need a wife, bro. Like it's so obvious. Like the productivity delta there is so massive, and most engineers don't have this, but internally they want it. We've worked with a bunch of engineers, and I always try to like ask them like, yo, what's your love life like? And I'll talk to them about this, and they'll always say like, oh, I'm not really actively looking for a girlfriend. Then you pester them about it, and it turns out like every single one of them deeply wants a girlfriend. They just don't know how to get one. I think the world is like, bro, there's so few dudes who, the lack of risk tolerance is reflected even with women nowadays. Most people are just walking around, they're like complete pussies, bro. They cannot talk to girls, and if you like try to ask them, hey, like, would you talk to this girl? Like, they would not, bro. They would not hit up any girl. And I think one thing that I've noticed among successful founders is they are not scared to just go up and like talk to girls. I don't want to name drop, but like the successful guys I know, bro, they're out there doing this shit. The world needs more of that. So it's like not even advice or anything. It's just like something to think about.
Facts though. I mean, girls want you to walk up to them.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, they want it, bro. Everyone in the world wants more interesting things to happen. They want you to take more risks. Like people are starving for this, bro. Like there's so much dopamine inducing bullshit brain rot out there. There's no actual like real substantive things happening. Like people want to see interesting things not on stream, bro. They want to see it IRL. I think the world just needs to be a more interesting place, and people, you, the person watching this, you have an obligation to like make the world more interesting by like putting your balls in line for something. I guarantee you, your life will be so much more rewarding for it.
That was inspiring, bro. Fuck
yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Last question I guess I'll go with is, we are seeing a huge advancement in AI, making developing software way easier, Chris or Lovable, all these different like vibe coding tools or whatever. So do you see the value? Let's say there's two ends of the spectrum. We have creators with distribution, developers with hardcore technical skills. Where is the power leaning towards right now? And if you I guess the simplest question would be, if you had to put $10,000 and place a bet on the most technical engineer or the best creator to have the longest ROI in the next 5 years, who would you choose? And why?
It'd pretty obviously be the creator. I think like it becomes easier and easier to build software that works. Maybe not software that is amazing. Like you probably couldn't rebuild all of OpenAI just like if you don't know how to code. But I mean like software that works, that has the potential to make you billions of dollars. Like yes, almost anyone can build this.
So you think the creators with the non-technical skill set will have more doors open because they are going to be able to do something that they...
Yeah, I mean, like the market has not yet adjusted to AI. AI has enabled literally trillions of dollars of more delta, of like trillions of dollars to be captured, and nobody has captured them yet. Like Cluey, TurboLearn, Quitter, like Interview Coder, these are so niche. But these are just problems, like small problems that were solved with AI that just got marketed in a good way. And there's literally an infinite number of these that will be solved. And the person who's going to build them is just not the best engineer in the world. But it will be like one of the brightest marketers in the world. I think probably like one final thing, and this is like so random, but there's a lot of talk on like software engineers are going to be replaced by AI. And there's like this big debate on whether you should even learn to be technical in a world of AI. And a lot of senior developers say that you should not use AI to code because it will handicap you and make you a worse developer. And I think I feel pretty strongly on this, but as an engineer, I gained the most knowledge when I built Interview Coder, and I built Interview Coder almost 99% with AI. I think AI allows you to experience such a greater surface area of problems as an engineer that you would have never otherwise experienced, maybe you become a little worse at memorizing syntax or knowing like the specific niche things in programming, but you become exposed to just such a wider landscape of engineering problems. And ultimately when AI hits a bug that it can't solve, like if you want to finish the project, you're going to have to learn the things that it takes to solve the problem. And I just think using AI to learn how to code will make you a much better developer than if you don't. And I think there's a big psyop going around with a lot of big tech people saying, don't use AI to learn how to code because it will handicap your ability to become a better developer. But I think this is just untrue.
It's like saying don't use a calculator to do math, like just because it's...
Yeah, exactly. Imagine there was a calculator who could only calculate up to like 3 digits. You could only the best you could do is manage 99 times 99. Like if you ever have a situation where you need to do like 1,000 times 990, like you're gonna learn how to do it. Like if it needs to be solved, you will learn how to do it. This is how humans operate, always have operated in the past. And maybe you won't be as good at solving like the 2-digit multiplications, but like there's a problem that the calculator can't do, then you as a human, you will learn it.
100%. Any institution, any school, anyone telling you not to use AI for anything, you need to immediately run.
Bro, low key, yeah. Like right now, college is such it's gigantic hope.
Yeah, complete peak. All right, well, dude, actual privilege to get to know you and have a conversation with you.
Bro, likewise.
Such a clear thinker, genius creative marketer. So cool to see someone that's technical and understands marketing. Very rare breed. So where can people find you?
I'm biggest on Twitter or X. It's _Roy_Lee.
Cool. And then Cluey.com?
Cluey.com. Yeah, that's it.
All right, brother. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, brother.